case you missed this on Friday, you need to watch this. Madison Ahern with maybe the filthiest goal of the year. I think that's up there. That's against Liberty. She had 2 goals and an assist. Notre Dame won on Friday. They won again today. And they are rolling here as they make our way through the weekend. And now we bring in our pal, Travis Eldridge. Hi, Travis. How are you?
That was sick. By the way, our friend and fellow commentator, Davey Amela, taught Madison everything she knows of how to score like that.
I mean, that's a little putting Davey's impact a little bit far.
That is true. But Madison's might be better scoring than Davey sometimes.
Davey does coach some players in the New England area, and Madison, one of those that he has worked with in the past. So there is an influence there. Anyway, we're completely off the kilter. Let's talk about Saturday.
Yes.
Because our Saturday best segment, we do it each week. I'm going to start off here. Best yard sale. This behind the cage, a goalie yard sale at that. Take a look. Clear opportunity for Colgate here. Timmy Lee. The goalie stick yard sale on the ground, mind you. Watch this angle. I mean, what a beautiful play. The ball then just bounces to Louis Perfetto, and he scores. And this was big because Colgate was up 8-3 right around that time. That sparked a 4-goal run by BU. They scored 7 in the last 8. BU comes back and wins that, 16-11.
You know what it is? There at Nickerson Field, there's a lot of noise coming from the Mass Pike that you see right behind him. Yeah. So Sean Collins got distracted by the cars.
Oh, yep. Traffic in the Boston area isn't good. So that's
it isn't, and
why.
it's picking back up now later in the pandemic. Let's go down to Florida for our top upset here, because this is awesome. I think we mentioned it maybe last week with what Jacksonville did.
Yeah.
And hashtag fins up, everybody. The Jacksonville women knock off Virginia Tech 10-9 in overtime. I guess maybe not theoretically an upset, but in terms of rankings, but first ever win for Jacksonville over an ACC team coming after they beat Florida for the first time in program history. Just all sorts of program firsts for the Dolphins. They win in overtime as Sarah Elms scores the game winner. Jenny Kinsey, 4 goals and 2 assists. What a run for the Jacksonville women. They're going to continue to go up the ranks.
So cool when a program in one season sort of just figures it out. We saw that with Elon a few years ago, back in 2017, rattling off some top 20 wins, and you're seeing it here with Jacksonville this year. A lot of fun. I'm going to the Big Ten for my best coolest moment of the weekend. What is this category? This is our top upset of the weekend. Michigan, go to the locker room. One of the better fight songs in all of sports.
Cool.
Say. Michigan beating Penn State 14-12. 4th win over a ranked opponent in program history. Michigan's now 1-4. That was their first win of the year. John Kirakofe, a career best 17 saves. Josh Zawada, 4 goals and an assist for Michigan.
Zawada, really good talent. Keep an eye on him. A young guy there for the Wolverines. Let's go to top individual performance now. I'm going to go back to the Big Ten. How about Rutgers? Had a difficult second half against Maryland last week, and that colossal matchup was a great game against the Terps. Well, they then did that to Hopkins yesterday. This is a 1-goal game in the 4th quarter, and Rutgers just blows it open, led by Kieran Mullins, 5 goals and 3 assists. Scarlet Knights outscoring Hopkins 7-1 at Homewood in the 4th. Kieran Mullins get my top performer. Rutgers wins 15-9. Scarlet Knights and the Terps may be the only 2 tournament teams from the Big Ten, at least at the moment.
Yeah, interesting for sure. I mean, Kieran Mullins, sometimes you forget about him with Charlene Beatties and Kirst there now. He reminded us all how good he can be this weekend on Saturday. Mine, we go to Richmond, Virginia. Ryan Lanchbury, the senior attackman, scored a Southern Conference and program record 12 points in a 17-5 win over Bellarmine. He had 3 goals, 9 assists. The 12 points, the most anyone scored in a game all year long. The 9 assists, a new SoCon and program record. The previous record was 5 assists. Teammate Richie Connell, give him a shout out too. The beneficiary of all those assists. He scored a school record 7 goals on the day.
Tell you what, people are filling it up this year in terms of points.
I guess so. Let's go to the top overtime finish. There was a couple different overtime games, but this one really stuck out, Travis.
Yeah, hashtag D3Life. We're living it. Christopher Newport, the captains against number 2 Lynchburg. Check the celebration. The sideline just explodes, sticks going everywhere. It's like Christopher Newport just won the national championship. The captain celebrating. Alex Brendis, the OT game winner, tied for the highest-ranked team that Christopher Newport has ever beaten in program history. They also beat Salisbury at one point when they were ranked number 2 in the country. So party on, captains. Let's go. Ranked 11th in the country, they're moving on up with the OT win.
How about Lynchburg and everything going on in that division as they beat Salisbury 2 weeks ago now, and it's just sort of incredible. Some of the top 15 battles we've had so far, and it's just, I mean, we're only in the middle of March at this point. So really incredible moment there once again. And speaking of memorable moments, we go to the Carrier Dome from Syracuse yesterday.
Yeah, this was really, really special. Syracuse honoring the great Rob Kavovit, who died, unfortunately, this past week suddenly. And Paul Carcaterra, who was on the call there on ACC Network yesterday, shared his thoughts on losing one of his best friends. The two of them grew up at Yorktown, went to Yorktown High School in Westchester, New York, and then went on to play at Syracuse together. So shout out to Paul for doing his friend justice and in the words that he said on the broadcast yesterday. And a special moment there at Syracuse. The team wore Rob's number 15 in the back of their helmets here. And yeah, as somebody for me who went to Syracuse, my roommate from Syracuse all 4 years, grew up in Yorktown. I know how special both those communities are. So my thoughts and prayers to both communities and to obviously the Kavovit family here during a really difficult time.
And, you know, a few times, of course, we talk about it all the time with the cross being the medicine game, and I think it really served its purpose, and it always does, but in a really special way at Syracuse. And if you guys haven't seen Mikey Powell's post on Facebook about Rob Kavovit, it's pretty incredible that he inspired maybe the best player, one of the best players of our generation. At least we know the most electric players of our generation. For years, and I think that was really powerful, just a really great way to remember him and that, and then you saw that reflected in just the legacy Mikey Powell ended up having because of that inspiration from Kavovit as well. So if you guys haven't seen that post, make sure to check that out as well.